What is going on, everybody? Back on it, One Piece episode 315. Last episode, in my opinion, probably a top 5 episode that we've had. I kind of talked about it in the episode. One Piece, it has its flaws, and I voiced it. It has its issues, like with every story. No anime or manga that I've been a part of is perfect. So One Piece definitely has its issues, but what it has hit when it does it, the kind of lore world building, they've really kind of hit for sure. So last episode was great. Now I think we have a total of 6 Monkey D's in the story. So we have Roger himself and Saul. I don't know if they have direct connection, but on the other side we have Garp, grandfather, his son, Dragon, and then Dragon's 2 sons, Ace and his younger brother Luffy. Now we know that the 4 of them are blood, like just down the succession line. I don't know how Saul and Roger fit into that. Is Roger Dragon's brother? So that's the uncle to Ace and Luffy? I have no idea. Is he Garp's brother? So it just makes him like a... Because I don't know how Roger and Saul fit into the bloodline equation. If it has to be blood related, I don't know what gives you that moniker, but we have 4 that are direct descendants. Then the other 2, that's TBD. They talked about, what did they give them the name? I forgot, but we've got like the 4, not warlords, they're paired up, but the 4 pirates that are essentially running half of the Grand Line. We got Shanks is on that, Whitebeard is on that. And then the other 2 silhouettes we got, I don't think we've seen and or had any mention of them. So we got that as well. And then we also kind of posed the question of, where do the warlords rank in terms of just overall strength and power and ability compared to the other 4? Is it because the warlords are pretty much strong? They're strong, but they're a step down. Like they're just not strong enough to take down any of the 4. So the next best thing is to what? Either let yourself get wiped out by the 4 or team up with the Navy and hopes. Like, as far as like Flamingo and Crocodile, are they relatively close in strength or even stronger? Or they just don't have enough juice, so the next best thing is to what? Let myself get taken out by them or team up with the Navy? I guess I'll team up with the Navy. Regardless, great stuff. We saw Kobe. Man hit puberty like crazy. Just a lot of decent things. It looks like... And again, I say One Piece does great things, and then they do a lot of head-scratching things as well. I mean, you already see here, he's like, since you're my grandson, I decided not to capture you. Very convenient, in my opinion, because I pose this same thing. Like, if I'm the Marines, I'm the Navy, I go right to Water 7, like, within the next 24 hours. And I'm investigating. I'm looking around. I'm asking if you know the whereabouts. I'm giving sanctions. Like, I'm strapping down. This is not like a thing. Like, it's not like just like they captured Nico Robin on the train and got away. Like, they did this on essentially military grounds. We're not just letting that shit slide. Like, other shit we'll let slide, okay, whatever, but this is like a serious offense. So I'm like, how do and lucky them, like lucky the Marines, the people that they're looking for just happen to be dumb enough to circle back right to Water 7. So I was curious how they plan to, like, how are they, they can't keep getting away with this type thing, type meme. How convenient here. Again, that's one of those writing things of, like, from an author standpoint, like, which one was written first? Did he plan to have the grandfather always circle here, and it was just like, I can use this at the same time as a way to not have them get captured? Or it was like, shit, I wanted the grandfather to come here and get a big lore dump, but if we do that, how do I explain him not capturing them? I'll just, so it's It's interesting. Regardless, we'll see. I'm gonna give the Navy a good excuse. What's wild is like the other Marines hear this. So all you other privates, you Marines, you just first year enlisters, everyone's okay with this? We're just letting them go, right? No one has an issue or like it's gonna say anything or like, yeah, boss, just let them go. Oh, let's skip past the title. It'll be like Luffy dies, Chopper the new leader, some wild shit. Okay, cool. I love how Zoro walks in there, dick swinging, ready to throw hands. And then, did we see Luffy's weakness 2 episodes ago? Is it the crown of his head? I wonder why the grandfather was able to actually like crack that man on the skull. Maybe I'd be curious, like is the crown of the head a weakness of every Devil's Fruit user, or is it specific to Luffy that like it doesn't rubber, like it stays a skull? So if you can just get to him on the top of the crown of his head, maybe that would be a weakness. We'll see. I'm curious of this dynamic too, this relationship here. They might get pitted to a point where like Luffy's always going to be fine with it. He's always going to be like, Kobe, we're friends, it's okay, yada yada, blah blah blah. And I think Kobe would be the one that's like, Luffy, I can't. Just because we're friends, I can't like let you do this or let this slide, etc. Interesting. Oh, okay, that's us listening in. I was like, dang, Kobe, I was trusting you, man. That's how they get the Sea Kings not to respond. I mean, take those notes, girl. I'm very curious to see them get pitted against each other, if and when that time comes. Very interested in that storyline. Imagine Kobe like becomes a decent swordsman and gets a Devil's Fruit and becomes like pretty, damn. That'd be pretty dope. Ooh. We need to find this scientist. Ah, he came up with the methods for how objects can eat Devil's Fruit, which I need to see. Someone explain that shit to me. I do like his character design. If they fill out his frame, the pink hair with the headband looks kinda dope. I'm not gonna lie. Looks pretty clean. I'm very curious though about the Luffy top of the head thing. We've never seen anybody directly like go for like the crown top. And I don't think we never got. I don't know if Garp has one, but we never saw his ability if he has the Devil's Fruit ability. I'm just assuming at this point that everybody does. just an assumption. He's blushing. Be very curious to see the next time they clash. Because we're talking of like what? They split within the first 10 episodes, right? And then they looped back around 300 episodes later. Could be another 300 till we see him. You know how many people could die in that process or change? Shit, look at you now. You did not have to have him bent over like that. Ooh, where'd the scar come from on his forehead? He didn't have that originally. Alright, Nami, let's get off the... They're trying to have a good heart-to-heart here. Just let that shit go. Good. I wonder if he's developed a way for Devil's Fruit users to be able to go in water. Old Vegapunk, whatever his name was. Okay, I get it. Yeah, we haven't even gone in the 4 Emperor territory. We haven't even really thrown with that many pirates, to be honest. Like, we're not in pirate territory. I mean, we are, but we're like... There's a lot out there that we haven't really run into. I mean, y'all didn't have to play that epic music. But you got Chopper looking like that. I will say, though, one thing. The animation for this episode has been 10 times better than what we've got in the last, like, 5. That's so wild. How literally from an episode to episode things can change like that. That's his goals of becoming admiral. I'm wondering if he will. I mean, have a goal to shoot for. Become vice admiral first, and then we can talk. Really curious to see that. Like I'm wondering if like Koby will really get there from a power standpoint. You could give him the tag, but like, could he actually compete with Luffy physically? TBD. TBD. Give him a decent Devil's Fruit and some training. Who knows? And there's still a power system we've yet to be introduced to, so maybe the strongest people in the story don't all have Devil's Fruit ability. Maybe there's some strong-ass people out there that don't swing a sword and that don't have a Devil's Fruit. So, we'll see. Not him bowing and crying to Luffy and Zoro. If he's this emotional, he'll never be able to seriously capture him, by the way. Well, I don't know. Give him like another 5 years and let him get out of this like preteen emotional state. And let him maybe become hardened by the Grand Line and everything. He might. Animation has looked, the line work has looked really good. That's one thing that they suffer from is the line work, and it's looked really good. So much better this episode. Are we halfway already? We are. Alright, alright. Well, we'll see Koby again in 300 episodes. We'll see what he's made of himself by then. I'm still curious, like, so does Garp go back and say Luffy was there and I couldn't capture him? No way, because that just makes you look weak. And everybody on your crew heard that, like, he's related to you. Oh yeah, that's never going to be made public. It's the second time they've done something on an island and it hasn't been made public that they're the ones. You just go over there and like, we had him, but, you know, those straw hats, he got away. I think that'd make Garp look bad. I think you just go say, he wasn't there, and keep it moving. But what loyalty of Garp's crew, that you don't have anybody on his crew like old Spondum over here, looking to, like, elevate their status, that isn't just gonna rat his ass out. Would anybody care? I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm giving the government and the Navy way too much credit. Maybe they just don't care. No meals for a week? Come on now. Ooh, a little kebab action. Water meat. Is she okay? Nah, she's got to get the hell out of here. I've had enough. So, I'm waiting for this to be addressed, by the way. I'm waiting for the, Usopp thing to be addressed. Because now he has no ship at all. So when Franky, you know, gives us our ship, is he going to bow and say, you know, let me come with you, I don't have anything, or... We know he continues on. We're not leaving him here. But I'm curious what his approach is going to be. I'm sure Luffy, you know, Luffy's going to be quick to be like, no, you've always been part of it. And he just comes on, but I'm curious how they do that. We don't have shit to feed your big asses with. Shameless girl. I hope y'all brought food. We didn't prepare for all this. This woman is a perv. Tell him, Paulie. So what happens when his sisters get, like, when their hair gets in the water? I'm assuming it doesn't stay perfect squares, huh? Yo, Franky, you owe us a shit, man. I don't need his whole intro song, please don't. Alright. Where the hell did they get kebabs and pieces of meat big enough to give their big asses? Which, I mean, it's whatever. It serves no... Okay. Okay, guys. Relax. Well, good for them. I'm very curious. Well, I'm assuming the next big thing is going to be them getting their ship. I don't like this zoom out. What's she doing? Is that old Ice Dick behind her? Oh my god. Was he a close friend because you froze his ass? I guess he did let the girl escape. He could have killed Nico Robin if he wanted to. He could have taken her ass out. I'm obliged to watch the rest of your life. She wanted to there for a minute. Don't let the boys see who she's talking to. They'll freak out. Alright. What a guy. Now she's breaking out in a cold sweat and shit, which is understandable. Ice time. And he's gone. He's still like one of the only ones that makes her that she freaks out. But maybe now she won't as much, given the statements he just made and how he wants to see her live and show me the value. There he goes. And it's cool when you think about it, him freezing, like, sea and shit. He's still gotta bike it, though. Like, can we not get him a motorized bike that can push? It would take his ass forever, frozen or not. Yeah, Zora, I'm over it too. I feel you, man. I can't get over how good the animation is. The line work is so great compared to what we were getting. Now, I don't know if the line work is just average and the last couple episodes have been so shitty. Or this is above average, but this episode was really well drawn. Great stuff. I mean, we know what the when I heard his voice, I thought it was Iceberg for a second. Yeah, that's the shot right there. The two of them on the back-to-back of the wall. Let me remove this here. Pretty great episode. I really enjoyed it. That was, again, another... I don't know where we'd put it, but that was better than most. I was curious how the end of the episode was going to end up, because we kind of went with the partying and the cheering and stuff like that. I was like, okay, they'll just ride it out, and, you know, maybe Iceberg will say some things, or Frankie will give them an update on the ship, and that's how we'll ride out. Was not expecting that at all. I mean, there's still some good people there, you know. Some might be biased, though, because would Garp act the same way if Luffy wasn't his grandson? Probably not. Okuji here could literally, if he wanted to, in my opinion, from what I've seen, shut this entire shit down. Giants, the big seahorses, Luffy, Zoro, all of them could just freeze that shit up real quick, snag her, snag all of them if he wanted to. They're specifically choosing not to. So there seems to be some people out there with thought processes. Which, again, I've been bringing this up for a while. I'm very curious, and it's going to happen. I don't know if the Kobe versus Luffy stuff will happen. Them facing off at any point, like seriously facing off. Like Kobe being like, Luffy, like, I can't let this slide, like, I have to bring you in, I have to take you down. Will they actually fully go there, though, to that level of trying to harm each other? TBD. But we're going to run into the issue. We've already seen it already with what do you do for the sake of justice and in the name of government, and what do you do just as, like, a regular human being? So I'm curious when we'll run into our first kind of big bad marine that can probably take us out, that should be able to take us out, but in the heat of battle, probably around other higher ranking marines, makes a decision that, like, no, this isn't right, no, I won't do it, and that's how we survive. I'm curious what'll happen to that marine if and when that time comes. It's going to be Okuji, is it going to be his grandfather, is it going to be others that, like, have the ability to kill us, have the ability to bring us in, and maybe Goku or somebody other higher ranking is giving, like, is there on the scene and giving direct orders to do, and they just go to a point of, like, no, like, it's not, like with Saul, like, it's not right. So that day will come. I'll just be very curious to see who it is that kind of has to fall on the sword of, like, honor. But besides that, that was a enjoy the episode. 2 very good back-to-back episodes. I'm assuming the next stuff going forward is going to be the ship stuff. We'll see how it goes. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe as always.